Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast. It's Sunday night with me and the Giz. Apologies for the slight delay. We got sent to YouTube copyright Skool.
I didn't break anything, Bree.
No, nobody broke anything.
This time.
Not this time. Mostly. Yeah, YouTube copyright. That was fun.
Better you than me.
Yeah. Whichever person or company from the GoreCast 75 episode, which was domestic abuse, something in Sam Squanch's.
Did we have permission for everything in that?
The domestics. No. The heretics. Yes.
Yes.
And I think it was Old Country or something was the... I'd need to double check the Sam Squanch one.
Okay.
I can't rightly remember. I did look it up very quickly, as you saw there, and I was like, can't recollect. I don't think it was the domestics because it didn't sound like the company that produced it. But anyway, look.
Yeah.
I learned so much about copyright legislation. It was good.
Yeah.
I should probably argue it because last time I checked, you were in fact allowed. Just in case anyone from YouTube is watching, while talking in critique and or review, use clips or trailers from movies. But anywho.
Yeah. Who have we got watching?
I don't know. Bill,
Hi, Jer.
Bree.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Bree.
And
Katie probably won't be around tonight because apparently she has college and odds are she's passed out asleep at this stage.
Well, that is fair enough.
In case,
That is fair enough.
in case Jer or Bill are wondering where she's gone to. Anyway, shall I start rocking into news bits?
Yeah, we can start rocking into news bits. I didn't have... there's no particular theme for tonight's show. It's just
New releases.
really good movies.
Yeah. Recent releases that we thought were good and worth mentioning.
Yeah. People dying in fantastically cinematic ways. That's the theme. Anyway, news?
Yes, news. And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
There's smoking in the newsroom.
That also happens on occasion. Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, first up on tonight's news bits is an upcoming Russian horror movie. Well, it's not a horror, technically it's a thriller. Inspired by the case of an infamous Soviet-era serial killer who eluded police for decades, The Execution marks the debut feature of award-winning Russian music video and commercials director Ledo Kavatnya. Yeah, I think I pronounced that about as good as I'm going to be able to. He was featured... Ledo Kavatnya. Yeah. He was featured in the Young Director Awards at Cannes Lion Festival back in 2016.
Very good.
The film, it's actually started shooting only on September 9th, so it's probably going to be a while before it comes out. But on the upswing, it is from Hype Films, who have brought us interesting movies lately, including Sputnik, which we reviewed not too long ago, and which has been burning up the Russian VOD scene. Sputnik's really good, actually, for anyone that hasn't watched it. And as
we reviewed it a week or two ago. Fantastic.
Yeah, which is why I'm looking forward to, their approach to Soviet era hunt for a serial killer, because
Most Russian movies and that kind of, that I come to think of it, have been quite good. Like we had a Night Watch and Day Watch. They were bloody great.
they were a long time ago.
Yeah.
Books are. I've got 2 of the books actually. Let's go back and read them.
It's been a long time since Night Watch and Day Watch came out, but
I have them both on DVD.
they're great.
Yeah,
So good.
I haven't watched them in ages. Anyway, as I said, look for The Execution to be coming out. I don't know. I imagine sometime in 2021 if they're only started filming on it recently. Paris-based Pulsar Content has started launching sales of it, and XYZ Films are on board to handle North American sales once that's rolling with things.
Very good. I like that. Okay, what's up next?
Up next is something very bizarre, as apparently...
That's a man with a deer head.
Yes, apparently humanoid figures with animal heads are killing people in a French movie
Furries.
called... What?
Furries?
No, furries tend to be in full costume.
Right.
I think this is more Island of Dr. Moreau. Okay.
Furries, okay.
Yeah, sort of a strange mix between Island of Dr. Moreau and Animal Farm, I guess.
Furries.
No, furries are fully dressed up people. Just because I know that, don't be looking at me like that because I know this stuff. We all know why.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, and now you're just saying it to annoy me. Anyway,
I'm just saying there's a comparison that could be drawn. That's all.
I think the comparisons in this case are more towards Animal Farm and, the Island of Dr. moreau. As French horror movie Anonymous Animals
French. Fantastic.
sees humanoid figures with animal heads inflict pain on people. The idea is that the entire dynamic is being reversed in this movie. Black Mandela has acquired the brutal French horror movie Anonymous Animals, which will premiere at Sitges International Film Festival in October. The cryptic synopsis teases a series of vignettes illustrating human captives being literally treated like animals by humanoid figures with animal heads. So, I'm not quite sure who or what exactly they are.
Bill just said there, I'm assuming in reference to the first news bit, that I'm waiting for a film whereby Russia is portrayed as the global savior instead of America. Wouldn't that be a good turn of things? Yes, that movie's already happened. It was called Armageddon.
The one with the meteorite hitting all
Yes.
the American? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't remember the exact run of events, but all of the events that led to the Americans being able to save the world could not have happened if the Russian dude hadn't sacrificed himself for something.
okay.
He was fucking crazy. It's
Okay.
great. Good times.
Getting back to the story at hand. In Anonymous Animals, the balance of power between man and animal is reversed. In a remote countryside, any encounter with the dominant can become hostile.
I now know where this is going instantaneously now that I watched the image.
Yes, there are people going to get hunted and they're going to get eaten.
They're going to
Probably
go Barry
skinned.
hunting.
Barry hunting?
Yeah, instead of fox hunting.
How do you know there's someone named Barry? It's French.
Barret.
Isn't that beret? Isn't that something that's on your head?
Nope, that's Beret. This is
that's
Barret.
that's what I just said.
Barret.
Couldn't have said Pierre
or
Jean-Paul.
ETTEY. Barret. Barret.
Anyway,
I'm just going to keep repeating it till it sounds right. Barret.
Anyway, so
Beret.
when
Beret.
is Animal Thingy looking to come out?
I don't know. You're the one with the tablet of knowledge.
No, not this time apparently. Not this time.
Okay, it's coming out eventually, and
It's
it
still
looks
in-
like it'll be good.
It's still in the early stages. There's a bit of a trailer up on YouTube if you want to take a look, which, as I said, is basically a bunch of kind of like snippets of...
God damn it! You are right about the Russian thing. I was hoping no one would notice.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. So yeah, go check out stuff on YouTube. Anyway, on to the next...
On to the next news bit.
Yes, this is an interesting... Okay, this is an interesting one.
It's a stray dog.
It is.
Because this is such a mysterious project that we are very well aware it's happening. But other than that, I have not a fucking clue. There's not an image, nothing.
Here's a weird...
So I tried to find something.
Yeah. So here's a weird circumstance whereby a comic, which is being brought out by Image Comics next year, has already landed itself an animated movie from Paramount Pictures, as apparently they look set to basically take the comic book Stray Dogs and turn it into, I imagine, some form of motion picture, which is why we now have a picture from Dog City, that awesome Jim Henson cartoon.
It's Jim Henson, but without puppets.
Now, the difference being, Dog City was very, detective, noir, tongue-in-cheek. This, apparently, is going to be a cross between Silence of the Lambs and Lady and the Tramp.
silence.
of the tramp.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of duct tape is necessary, but anyway. Once again, this is not my version of the film, so probably not. At this stage...
You did say this was going to be an animated movie from Paramount, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go the way you think it's going to
Well,
go.
it might, maybe, I don't know. As I said, it's still early stages as to what the story exactly is going to be about, because the comic it's based on hasn't even fracking come out yet. So that's really that's really what had me scratching my head.
Promising?
I don't
assume.
know. Once upon a time I would have said yes, but now it seems...
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know. Because it's like, it could literally be, show me that script there for, show me
Or it could just be bandwagon jumping. There's a comic coming out. We can get the movie rights before anyone else has even seen it. We don't even know if it's any good yet. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's a comic book.
I think it's more of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of vibe, where they saw the story for the comic book and went, I can market the fuck out of this and make all the merch.
How do you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from...
No, I'm talking about the merchandising, advertising machine, not the actual show itself.
I just have visions of...
You know the way they went, we need a cartoon that will sell kids toys, so we can sell them loads of toys via the cartoon, where the cartoon is essentially one big advert to buy the toys.
Yeah, it's how G.I. Joe and Transformers were made.
Yeah, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's how all cartoons were made.
All of them, yeah. So I was wondering if maybe Paramount saw that kind of marketability in there, where they were like, if we get a movie going at this and then the comic comes out and then the kids are all going to be like, stray dogs, insert plot for whatever happens in that in, because we don't really know. We just know that the thing's happening.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or not.
We don't even know if they're stray dogs.
I have a feeling that it's going to be an animated serial killer movie.
Yeah, or some sort of military militia.
With anthropomorphic dog-like creatures. So, yeah. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen something like that.
Or maybe it's the Dr. Robotnik spin-off movie.
No.
Stray dogs, and then he turns them into robots.
No. That'd be a no on that one, I think. Very much a no.
Are you sure?
Pretty
Silence
sure.
of the Tramp. Yep, Silence of the Tramp. Bill.
That's what I said a second ago. It would involve a lot of duct tape.
Not necessarily. I'm not going to get into that. That's not a topic we're getting into on air.
Although, we can in a while. Not tramp stuff. Consider one of the films that we watched. There you go.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
Speaking of which, I believe that's pretty much it for this week's news roundup, as inane as it was.
Name? Well, I call it a name. Would you call it a name?
I waffled for a lot. Waffle.
That's our general show. I'm going to make waffles later.
I'm not. I'm going to go home and go to sleep.
You swear that was the end of the show there, the way that came in.
Nah, just the end of the news.
I love
bits.
those two news reporters, those handsome bastards.
Yeah,
I
especially
feel informed and aroused.
I wasn't going to say anything out loud.
What?
Anyway, on to the films. Which one did you say we were going to go
I
with?
think we're going to start with the witchy cowboys.
Okay. So, all the films that we were reviewing tonight have been released pretty much in the last couple of weeks.
August.
Pretty much. And the first on the chopping board is going to be The Pale Door, which was written by a bunch of people, including Keith Lansdale, which is why Joe R. Lansdale, legend that he is in there as the executive producer.
You remember from a couple of weeks ago that we did a documentary about what the mad martial arts wielding literate. Yes, literate, because he's an author, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Martial arts crazy man that Bruce Campbell won't fuck with because he'll fuck you up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, one of the bits in that was the fact that he had mentioned that The Pale Door was a film that was coming up.
It was some joke that himself and his son were working on together.
Yeah.
He did a little bit of the aiding with the writing, but the son wrote and he produced. And someone else directed.
Right.
And a fine movie was made.
I thought I'd be clever there and say who directed it, but I went too fast. There we go. Aaron B. Kuntz. Kuntz directed it.
Great name.
Yes. So,
Kunst.
The Pale Door is set in... Do we get an exact year? I thought we did because there was a reference back to it. We don't. Okay. Pale Door is set in ye olde Western times. And it's true. It is.
No, yeah, it was just it was a bit weird.
Yeah, get used to weird. It revolves around brothers Duncan and Jake.
Dalton.
Thank you. Couldn't remember the second name.
You're welcome.
Who, as young boys, are forced to basically flee their home when someone comes along and
Their fine loving farm where they've been raising the cattles and doing the cowboy shit and horses and stuff, and then all of a sudden a load of rambling raiders come on by and they're looking to own all of them horses and property and thingamajigs and things of that nature, and a whole bunch of shooting out happens.
Yeah.
And Ma and Pa don't make it out to
Nope.
none.
Fortunately, Duncan, Jake, and Lester, who was kind of
I think I put that in quite good cowboy.
Jake, Duncan, and Lester, who was one of the farm hands, I guess you could say, ranch hands, worked around the place.
Yep.
Primarily because, as we find out later on, he owed the Dalton father something.
There's a debt. Debt that revolves around a plot. A plot that we're not going to get completely into.
Nope.
So
that all happens.
that's all you need to know.
That all happens, and then a few years later, as it turns out, Duncan Dalton, yes, I got that right, has turned out to be quite the outlaw, but not like he's the cool kind of outlaw that
Billy
you can
the Kid.
respect. Yeah, no.
People like Billy the Kid.
Some people did. Some people thought he was fucking insane. Hair triggered. That was one of the things about Billy the Kid. He was a little bit like Babyface Nelson. You never knew when he was going to shoot you in the face.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's that kind of vibe with the Daltons as well. It's just that they happen to be in the town that the Daltons are all from, so everyone's all like, hey.
Yeah, I don't.
Drink, punch. Shoot.
So the Dalton Gang are back in town, and
They's getting wasted.
yeah, Duncan's paid a visit on his younger brother, who's working in the
He
local
works in a
saloon.
pub.
Yeah.
Or saloon.
Because of events that occur revolving around one of the members of the gang, it turns out that your little younger brother Jake, might be needed to help with the latest job. Because
We need someone who's really good at holding horses.
he's been given the safest possible option.
Yeah. And it's not that they need him on the job, it's he's begged to be on the job.
No, to be fair, they're down. Something happens. They're down a man. The plan.
No. They weren't down a guy. Oh yes, because the dude got shot in the yeah. But there was a thing where I can't remember your man's name, but he was discussing how we can just move your one around and do that. It'll be fine.
That was to fit Jake in.
Oh yes, it was. Okay, never mind.
So anyway, younger brother gets.
He was begging for the job though.
He kind of was. He did imply that he wants to step up and do a bit more. Point is, he gets brought along on this job because they're after getting tipped off.
Didn't imply. If memory serves me correctly, the literal words that came out of his mouth were, "I want to earn my way and I want to step up and earn a little bit more."
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that came before or after the conversation about him being part of the job.
He was told, the conversation that led to the job.
I think that was when he was being told what his particular part of the job was going to be.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. I have a vague recollection of that happening in the bar.
Possibly. Point is, the lads go on a job.
That thing happened at some stage in the start.
The lads go on a job. There's a bunch of Pinkertons. They don't last long because they're fucking Pinkertons. And then things turn out to be not exactly what they thought. There is a trunk. There is definitely a trunk. But,
and there's the reacquisitioning of said trunk off of a moving freight train.
Yeah, but the thing is, the trunk isn't filled with what they thought it would be filled with.
There's some junk in that trunk.
There's some pretty junk in that trunk.
Yes. Because it's not jewels. It's a lass.
It's a pearl. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You got there before I did. Okay. Mostly because I was like, what was her fucking ruby?
Something got to do with
jewels, ruby, amethyst. What was it? What are we?
Onyx. That was it. Her name was Onyx.
And they let the fine-looking lady known as Granite out of the box.
So anyway.
No, Pearl. That's her name. A fine Western cowboy lady. Wild Westy name.
Yeah.
I nearly said ye oldie there, and I was like, nope, that's the wrong century.
Naturally, a little bit confused as to what the fudge is going on.
What's in the box?
More like that's not what's supposed to be in the box. What the hell?
I thought it was going to be gold, not pearl.
That's a lot less gold than it was supposed to be.
And it's only one pearl. I don't know how we're going to split those out.
Unfortunately, one of the members of the gang gets shot, which necessitates them having to put their faith in Pearl, whose town is supposed to be
Do
nearby.
you have doctors and hospitals in your town?
Kind of.
Yes. And
Let's
I
go
don't
there
know
now.
why I'd feel obliged to lie to you in these current conditions.
They did just rescue her.
Technically, I'm sure she could figure out quite quickly by the conversations had, though, that be like, oh no, these guys weren't sent to rescue me at all.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, they've also, like, the girl is in
Well,
some-
one guy at one stage did pretty much scream directly into her face, "You better be worth something."
He also had a very,
you're not a rescue crew.
he also had a very,
No, we're not. We thought you were a big old trunk of fucking gold, Pearl.
he
To be
also,
blatantly honest.
he also had the very valid point of, why the fuck did they need all this security for the little girl? I think that was the major thing that was kind of like, what the fuck? But, without getting too much more into the story, this leads to...
There's on a Wachowski sisters rant again.
Oh, dear. We're not getting into it. There.
We'll bring him on when Matrix comes out.
We're not. Anyway, without getting too much further into the story, this leads to the gang having an encounter with some very dangerous women in the old Wild West who happen to be, well, a coven of witches, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's the quickest way of surmising it up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Personally, I enjoyed this. I thought it was fun. There was nothing...
Crazy, melty-faced, Evil Dead hag-style witches.
Yeah. There was nothing, like, overly... What's the best way of putting it? Nothing overly exceptional about this movie. But personally, for me, I found it to be, you know...
Lackluster, but entertaining.
I wouldn't call it lackluster. It
I
was...
found the action to be a little bit wanting. That was my major gripe with it. Like you and I were saying before we came on the show, that it was kind of like, you know, there's a kind of a From Dusk Till Dawn kind of vibe to it, you know, because you have it's very much nearly to a jarring point where it's very much cowboy movie up until a certain point, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh fuck, witches, what the shit. And it's just it really, like in Dusk Till Dawn, kind of really pedal to the metal was put down once the vampire showed up, whereas this I just kind of felt was a little bit just kept chugging in gear. It was kind of like, oh wow, they're all witches. Chug, 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 chug.
I don't know.
But the witches look cool, and there was a couple of very interesting deaths due to the fact that witches lead to interesting deaths.
Yeah, I enjoyed the story, the backstory for it as it gets explained out throughout the course. There was a couple of little bits that lore-wise I liked. A little bit of thaumaturgy, one or two other things that kind of from witch mythos and from basically, you know, the notion of Faustian deals, satanic power, things like this. The way that they incorporated it, I enjoyed how it went. It does, to be fair, get slow for a while. After the initial encounter with the witches, things do slow down a bit. But for me, I found that was just a chance for, once again, bits of the story, bits of the backstory to get revealed. Clearly something fascinating happening in the comments.
No, I just literally every comment Jar puts in the chat I have to approve.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, I think this is an enjoyable horror western. Partially it's because I do like horror westerns, but as I was trying to say to you a while ago, that doesn't mean that I like all horror westerns, because let's not forget there's a couple of them that I think are utter, dire, total crap.
It's the weird mix of genres where there's a fine line that you need to walk on it, and it's either going to go well or it's going to go fucking terribly. There's no kind of okay.
Yeah. For me, as I said, as far as
Like as I said, like I know I did mention the word lackluster, but this is it's a really good movie. I just found that it was mostly the witches just running face first into bullets is what bugged me.
But like I said, I don't think they were detrimental to them.
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure every witch that ran into a bullet got up pretty soon afterwards, because it was just like, oh, that tickles.
I just wish, like, if there was a little bit of clarification as to, was it just there's fuckloads of witches, or it's the same witches are getting up and, you know, taking bullets to the face quite well. Well, better than you'd expect people to take bullets to the face.
There's a scene where someone is getting a bloodbath.
Yeah.
It's a great scene. It's never said, but one would presume that is to counter the effects of said, you know, bullet holes and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we are given a pretty good declaration that blood is a part of what they're.
Oh, yes.
Is a part of their thing, and why it's supposed to work for them. So, I think they got shot up, they got back up, and then afterwards they took a little bit of a bath to kind of clean out all the injuries and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
In any case, it is a well put together film.
It's shot really well.
Yeah.
When the to quote Hangman Page, when the cowboy shit's going down, it's great. And when the witch shit's going down, it's good.
Yeah. There's like I said, for me, it was how the witch aspect was approached. I kind of enjoyed
It wasn't
some
as
of the stuff.
Sabrina-esque as a lot of things can be approached when it comes to witches. These, loads of
No,
there wasn't that.
Yeah, this was the more traditional.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Traditional. We have ways of getting to you. These are the ways that we're going to get to you through them. Yeah, like I said, there's a couple of familiar faces that pop up over the course of the film. Lester, you recognize him, yeah?
Which one is Lester?
Stan Shaw, the black dude.
Okay. No.
He's in loads of stuff.
Go on.
I wasn't prepared to have to.
Why don't we cut to a trailer and you can look that up?
Yeah,
And
no
fill me in
bother.
when we come back.
Literally loads of stuff since the 70s.
Yeah, I is he lead guy?
Sometimes.
He
he was in
didn't
the Monster Squad.
look unfamiliar to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I couldn't. There was nothing like, oh, he's insert character here.
He would be in a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Lead guy.
I'll tell you what,
Prominent, but not lead.
Okay, we'll take a trailer and I'll take a look at his filmography there while we trailer up, and we'll be back. Where we're going to be back, where we're going to be not talking at all because there's a silencing happening.
Howdy!
Where's the goddamn sink? Who are you?
My name is Pearl.
Well, there goes our big payday.
She's just an innocent woman.
We ain't gonna sell her. That ain't what we do.
If you take me to my home, there would be a handsome reward. This way, to the brothel.
Gentlemen, please, make yourselves at home.
I understand there was a reward.
Of course. A handsome sum for these handsome men. Don't be afraid.
What just happened? We gotta get out of this too. We need to find our way out of this. I'll go down swinging. Let's go!
And we're back. That was the trailer for Pale Door. It's out since August 14th, I believe you said.
21st actually for the Pale Door.
21st. And it's on all good VOD platforms.
Yeah, VOD, digital, HD, blah 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 blah. blah.
Yeah,
It's good.
If you like the weird little sub-genre of horror known as horror westerns,
Some of us do.
it's definitely one.
Yeah, I'd happily put that down. If I was setting up, a horror western binge, Pale Lord definitely going first.
Okay, Up next, this is a whole bunch of fun. It's got a Lannister in it, so you know shit's going to get good.
Yeah,
And he's got 2 arms this time.
he does. He does.
And he
Jamie fucking Lannister.
Fuck me, does he?
Also known as
Sam.
I was going to say Nikolaj Coster-Waldau. We're just going to call him Jamie. Sorry, bud, but it's just so much easier now. So
What?
you heard me.
That's the actor's name.
It is.
Right, okay.
I didn't fuck anything up. It's that difficult to pronounce. But then again, probably not for him because it's his name.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
He plays Rayburn Swanson.
Yes.
A man whose daughter was abducted. Possibly, maybe.
A former hunter. He now manages a wildlife preserve that he set up in honor of his daughter who went missing 5 years previously.
Possibly, maybe.
Oh no, she
But
definitely,
went missing.
Yeah. So he set up this wildlife preserve in her honor. The film actually opens up with...
Buzzles, welcome to the chat.
Oh, it was. The film actually opens up with a body floating downriver and landing on the banks of a town. Straight away, the sheriff, one Alice Gustafson, starts investigating and in no short order realizes that this girl was hunted as she finds the remains of kind of like a homemade spear arrow embedded in a tree.
A very nice looking arrow. A branded arrow.
Kind of.
Made of a black rock.
Obsidian.
That's it. Thank you. A blank there. Black mineral. Hard substance. Light for arrow. Airborne it is.
Bad to White Walkers.
Yes.
So anyway, while Sheriff Alice...
Oh yeah, you see, that went over my head. I didn't realise that was a Game of Thrones joke. It wasn't obsidian, was it?
It was.
It was obsidian, the arrow?
Yes.
So that's kind of funny.
It is.
Okay.
Why do you think I was calling him Jamie? Well, that and the fact that it's easier than saying Nikolaj every couple
Well,
of minutes.
just to clarify, 2-arm Lannister doesn't be using the arrows in this.
No, he uses shotgun.
No, he uses a shotgun. Yeah.
He does.
He does.
So anyway,
Or just a big box of spikes.
Sheriff Gustafson starts investigating the death of this girl. One of the things noted straight away, by the way, is the fact that she has a scar right along her throat. She rightly deduces that the girl was hunted and starts following leads from her angle. At the same time, Rayburn Swanson is keeping an eye on his wildlife reserve, occasionally going out and making sure that local drunk hunters don't kill any animals in the place that they're not allowed to kill animals, i.e.
These are not the deer you're allowed to shoot.
They're my deer.
Those are the deer you're allowed to shoot. These are the safe deer.
Pretty sure he didn't put it that way. But
Yeah. These other woods that are not of the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Shoot on.
in between drinking himself into unconsciousness and occasionally scaring the crap out of kids with tour guides
And wielding a shotgun.
He likes to check up on his security monitor feeds, and one day he spots something very strange as he sees a dude in a full ghillie suit walking through his preserve. Naturally, he's thinking...
That's not normal!
Well, it's not that. It's naturally he's thinking, someone else hunting on my land. Goes out, tries to have a bit of a word.
Your man's fucking arrows at him. That's all he does. No words to be had, just arrow chucking.
This was like Predator as far as I was concerned. It was just out of nowhere.
The only bit you were missing was like the little red dot just appearing on his head first before. Boom! But you don't have red dots with arrows customarily.
No.
Actually, I'm not sure if that's technically true.
You can
I'm pretty sure there is a laser sight.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's a laser sight.
You can, yeah. Anyway, after his near fatal encounter,
he took an arrow to the chest.
Yeah, Rayburn goes home.
I used to be an adventurer like you until I took this arrow to my chest.
That was the knee.
Yeah, but he didn't take it to his knee.
Yeah, but I thought the gag was the knee.
It would be the knee.
Anyway, he goes home, patches himself up, and then once again spots on his monitor.
Skyrim lols.
Yeah, he has a dog who kind of like barks whenever he sees movement on the monitor. Dog is barking. Rayburn comes in. This time sees a girl. Oh no, that's it. He sees your man, and then this time backtracks it and sees that he's actually hunting a girl.
Chick. Yeah.
Yeah. So quickly,
He sees your man, goes out to try to talk to your man. Arrows be chucked.
Yeah.
He comes back and he's like, "What the fuck is he hunting out there anyway? Maybe he's just wandering around in the ghillie suit having a laugh. I'll just leave him do his own fucking thing." But no, he's chasing a young lady, and then Rayburn Swanson goes full Rambo.
Kind of. Once again, this is a film that's only after coming out, so we don't want to go too much into the story
No,
details.
sir, because it is good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's a really good manhunt.
He did a thing when trying to find the killer that I was like, well done. I'm not going to say what he does, but when you're in a woods with a guy who's in a woodland ghillie suit,
that was brilliant,
you
man.
need to neutralize the ghillie suit's effectiveness quickly, and he did a great job.
The thing is,
he did a great job.
The thing is, right? I was straight away as soon as the arrow came flying. You know me, man. My favorite film of all time since I was a kid is Predator. So as soon as that arrow came,
Really?
yeah.
No, that's a joke. I know.
Okay, sorry. As soon as the arrow came flying in, all that went through my head is Predator, and then naturally I go to, well, what kind of tactics would you use? Okay, this is basically a human predator. He is invisible, effectively, in the forest. And it didn't occur, when I saw him grabbing the stuff, it didn't occur to me until I saw him opening the bag and I went, oh, you clever bastard, I know what you're gonna boom do.
Yeah. Oh, I knew. The minute it got picked up, I was like,
I didn't
I didn't know how he was going to use it as a delivery system, shall we say.
As soon as the bag got,
I knew something.
As soon as the bag got open, I kind of just went, oh, that's why he grabbed it. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this.
And the killer uses a weapon that you don't see used quite customarily. And I'm only mentioning it because it's just...
It's a badass weapon.
If you can't do a bow and arrow, you use a ladle.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to attempt to pronounce it. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, a ladle.
Yeah. It's badass.
It's essentially like a little handheld cocoon spear launcher.
It's like a handheld trebuchet.
Yeah, it's like a spear launcher.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So,
there's a lot of twists and turns in this film, and it's a manhunt movie in various.
But you
different...
don't know who's.
What I was going to say,
man's getting hunted when.
I was going to say it's a manhunt movie in various different ways, and that term covers various different things that happen in it.
Yep.
You have the law hunting for a serial killer. You have Rayburn, and he's kind of
Rayburn,
and he's kind of predator prey tete-a-tete bit that's going on. You have a couple of interesting swerves that come into the story because you're sitting there kind of going, I know what's going on here. Maybe I don't.
Yeah.
I was kicking myself because I picked up.
There's a character at the start where you're like, definitely him, until you start to see some of the skills exhibited in the woods, and you're like, he's on a lot more crack than I would give credit to.
I picked up a clue in the movie and went, oh, that's cool. They're obviously doing that for this reason. And then completely failed to realise that while I picked up the why it was done, the how it was done was the real clue. Kicking myself in the balls for missing that one. But yeah, this film is really good. Like I said, good fast-paced story. It does get slow at times, but that slowness...
That little clue is so well handled in the movie. Like, there's a big clue to who the killer is that you literally get shoved into your face quite readily from the start of the movie. So shoved into your face that all of the stuff surrounding it, you don't really clock until certain bits.
Like I said, I understood the why it was done, but it's the how it was done is actually the clue, and that fucking went right past me. But like I said, there is a bit of a lull about an hour into it, but that lull serves a very good purpose, and it's just like with any hunt. There are times when you're dead on the trail, and there are times when you need to stop and wait for your prey to come back into your sights again, and that's what the film does. There is a point whereby the story slows down because this is the moment of patience for the hunter until target can be reacquired and we can get back into the game again. Overall, I think The Silencing is a very
hell of a movie.
Yeah, it's a
very enjoyable,
very good murder thriller manhunt movie. You know, with some good kills, good action, good story swerves, and good characters, which I think is always the hallmark of it.
Yeah, like you really get Ray Swanson. Like he's a deep character, and there's a lot to him, but there's a certain level of transparency and just the kind of relatability between the daughter incident and the similarities as to what's going on and everything. You get behind Ray quite quickly.
Oh yeah.
The sheriff's an intriguing cat, and when certain events happen, she's been such a right hand arm of justice that's good. All of them really good. Yeah, really good just really good movie.
Yeah,
really good movie.
Yeah, there's, like I said, if you're looking for a good
And
story,
it's quite family friendly to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean?
it is. It is really. Okay,
Like,
there's
you-
a bit of swearing, and obviously it's a film about people getting hunted.
Yeah, but like, there's no nudity. There's no overtly graphic violence in it.
it's true.
I mean, like the dead body you see at the start, maybe.
That actually isn't even that graphic. That's
It's a very well done dead body, though. If you know what I mean.
You can tell it's dead, but there's no sign of like. There's no growth. Like there's no gory injury.
Yeah.
This film,
You know, like, I'm not saying watch it with your 9-year-old. Do you know what I mean? But like, you could sit down and watch it with your soon-to-be teen-level teenager. I probably would watch it with my 9-year-old. I'm just saying.
look, that's how old I was when I saw Predator. Right?
Yeah.
So 8 or 9, something like that.
But yeah, no, like it's one you could sit down, like you could sit down and watch with your missus. You could sit down and watch with your mom and dad. You could sit down and like it's just a really good
story.
Yeah.
Really good, well put together, well fucking shot. Fair play to Jamie Lannister. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mess up your name if I try to pronounce it again. But like, really, he's a really relatable character. Like you said, you can get into it. You can understand why he is the way he is.
Well, he, as I said, the depth comes with, like, say, his alcoholism issues and things like that. But like the general background story to the guy is, he was a bit of a pisshead. His daughter got kidnapped, and it sent him off the rails completely. And it's something that you can totally get, like, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And here's the without getting into it either, the reveal for the killer, and more importantly, the reveal for his motivations.
Oh God!
Just like, well
now,
okay,
that's
then.
a kick in the testes.
That is okay then.
Yeah.
And just even the way it ended, man, that was a great ending.
Yep, great ending.
You're just sitting there kind of going, that looks about right to me.
Good ending, and it leaves you put your own ending on it as well.
The very last bit, yes.
Yeah, because it's like, is he gonna do, or is he gonna, you know?
Yeah, I actually had to stop and go back because I thought I missed the action, but it turned
No.
The last scene in the movie leaves a character, and you're kind of like, he can do one of a number of things.
Yeah.
And I thought I missed him doing one of those things, but no, it actually just ends there. So you're left kind of going,
Yeah, you're allowed to figure where the next step of his story goes. It is very obvious what way it should go. Yeah, or just, one for the homies. Yeah, that kind of thing. Anyway, before we get into any more, because we essentially discussed the ending of the movie a little bit more than I wanted to.
we didn't really.
But we're going to hit the trailer for The Silencing, and then we're going to be back with the last one, which it's a fucking trip.
That's one way of putting it.
It's a car trip. Oh shit, I need to put on the car trip trailer. Okay, so here's the trailer for The Silencing.
The body was dumped in the water. Think whoever killed her was hunting her for sport?
I wouldn't call it a sport. But yeah. She was hunted.
Breaking news. We're here at a crime scene where a body has been found.
I need to see that girl. She could be my daughter.
I remember hearing about your daughter. I'm still catching up on active cases.
My daughter's case is far from active.
There's someone out there killing teenage girls. What do you think he used?
It's called an atlatl. It ain't no toy. It's designed to kill.
We got one lead.
He's gonna get what's coming to him. I have some questions. You know that the suspect using that rattle, and he has that house in his basement.
Does your brother own an atlatl?
Are you forgetting who the sheriff is?
There is no sheriff here. We never know as much as we think we do, Alice.
Raybird?
He's here! Sheriff, behind you! Behind you!
And that's the trailer for The Silencing. Yeah, definitely got real good. If you're looking for like a nice, I'm after eating dinner on a Sunday. I've got work tomorrow or whatever, and I'm looking for a real nice, cool mind fucker of a movie.
Yeah.
To keep me,
keep
me going until bedtime.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting films whereby I go on a lot of time about how sometimes films are just turn your brain off.
Yeah.
This film isn't turn your brain off.
You think it is, and then you start unwinding the clues, and then the clues. It's really good. It's really good. Really enjoyable. Jamie Lannister is brilliant in it. I can't remember his name.
Nikolaj Coster-Waldau.
I think Billy said it's Nikolai.
Maybe it is.
Because that makes sense now.
Yeah, okay,
I
Nikolai
noticed
Coster-Waldau.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
It's pronounced Nikolai.
Okay, in that case, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was about, and then when you read that out, I was like, "Oh, that comment now makes sense to me." Okay,
fair enough.
Perfect.
Thank you, Bill.
Because there wasn't. I would have said Nikolaj as well.
Yeah.
Especially after watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine so much. One of the guys' kids' name is Nikolaj.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Nikolaj.
All right then.
Little Nikolaj.
So yeah, The Silencing is available on VOD and digital download since August 14th. So if you're looking for something fun, interesting, and a little bit...
It's a nice after-dinner movie,
Yeah.
kind of rounding
murder
into
mystery
the nice...
theatre, kind
Yeah.
of.
Do you know, if you were looking for two contrasting styles of movie...
In one.
No, hang on. You don't know where I'm going with this, but you'll like it. If you were looking for kind of a murder mystery themed night, for like, I've eaten dinner, and I'm looking for a movie or two to watch that are two very contrasting styles of movie, but are both very good murder mystery style movies, would be this and Knives Out. You could have this at the start, a little more seriousness, and then a little bit of lightheartedness going to bed with Knives Out.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's a fucking great murder mystery, I have to say. Like, I genuinely, I think by the end of the movie, I had pointed my finger at virtually everyone.
They all done it!
Yeah, it was really, like, it was like a proper live action game of Cluedo. Like, like genuinely.
Cluedo the movie.
At one stage or another, you will finger point at everyone of them. Oh, you crafty. No, I don't think you could have done this now that I'm after finding out about this thing. Come to think of it,
them instead.
Oh, you crafty monkeys. Anyway.
Up next.
Ooh, speaking of crafty monkeys.
Strap in and get ready for a ride.
Because we're about to review Spree, starring... Oh, God.
I'm after moving away from it. Joe Carey.
Joe Carey, who plays Steve Harrington in Stranger Things.
This time he's playing Kurt Kunkel, host of Kurt's World 96.
No, it's just Kurt's World. It's
No,
just
it's
he's
Kurt's World 96.
no. It's Kurt's World is the show that he does.
Oh,
and then like his Instagram or whatever is Kurt's World 96.
Okay.
Because you know it's a good channel when it's got digits at the end of it.
So basically, Kurt Kunkel has spent most of his life documenting himself in some attempt to get people to like him.
Just made a bodacious sandwich, kids. You need to check it out. Oh, it's so full of mayo and lettuce.
And after a decade of realizing that sweet frack all people bother to watch these videos...
9.
Yeah, pretty much. He kind of gives up...
Which we can kind of relate to.
Yeah. He kind of gives up for a little bit and then decides to come back after figuring out the key to success. His new videos are going to be his lesson on how to increase your following on social media.
From the guy with 9 followers.
But he has a brand new job because apparently he's after becoming a spree driver, which is one of these...
I was feeling really bad for you and me as we were watching, and you, me, and Buzz and Carter, as we were watching this, and your man Bobby turns around and he was like, "You haven't even had a stream in double digits yet." And I was like, "Whew, we're fine. We're good.
So anyway,
with our teens of fans.
Yes. Kurt Kurt's gotten himself a job as a spree driver, which is basically like fucking. Isn't that how Uber and all those things started?
Yeah, spree is like as I said in the article earlier, it's this universe's Uber or Swift or whatever. Yeah.
So he's doing that.
Unless spree actually is a thing.
I have no idea.
It's not over here anyway.
So he's doing his thing. He's picking up people. He's giving them lifts, and he has his car rigged with cameras everywhere,
which most people are down with. Strangely enough,
kind of the
I'd be a little bit weird.
The KKK speech maker.
He was fucking down.
He wasn't at first.
He wasn't at first until he realized he was live streaming, and he was like, "Okay,
yeah,
we're going to convert some fucking young and impressionable minds here."
So anyway, we start off by having Kurt with this like clearly white supremacist guy in the back of his car who's on his way to give a speech.
Well, Kurt has, I will say, tastefully white supremacist, if you know what I mean. Like, as in, he wasn't like all tattooed up and screaming fucking everything. He was doing it in the more cult leader vibe.
He's an infiltrator.
Yeah.
He doesn't paint his brand on his face so that you can hate him honestly.
Yeah. He's the tasteful one that just gives you the flavour. And then...
Anyway, himself...
If that flavour happens to be your thing.
While Kurt is driving around, himself and Kurt get into a bit of a conversation in regards, racism and, white power and all the rest of whatever bollocksology is floating around.
Kurt is rightly appalled at the words coming out of this man's mouth.
Yeah, to be fair, it's one of those rare occasions where I'm kind of like, all right, fair enough, you're spouting off your social justice wank crap, but in this case, you actually happen to be right.
As I said, one of the weird things with Kurt in this is, it's probably one of the reasons the people kind of take to him to a certain degree, is that he has an ability somehow on this particular day to predominantly pick up fucking assholes in the cab, where you're kind of like, I wouldn't be overly miffed if you were to kill this dick.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, while Kurt is having a conversation with the supremacist in the back,
I forgot to do the pictures.
Such a warm day that it is, Kurt recommends that he drinks some of the water that he has, some of the bottled water. Now, we've seen some of Kurt's videos.
It's one of Kurt's, let's give you a little googly look at Kurt there. It's one of Kurt's special treats in his cab. He takes care of his fucking customers.
Yeah, and we can
got to stay hydrated in this warm weather.
Yeah, and we see earlier on in the film that, he's got several videos, preparations for these things. One of them is, prep your supplies, your bottles of water, then it skips to something else he's prepping, all this and all that. So supremacist dude drinks the water. Worst mistake of his very short life. Yeah. Turns out old Kurt stumbled on a great way to up his numbers. Whack people in your car by giving them poison.
Or whatever tickles your fancy as the day goes by.
Yeah, as the film progresses, his methods of killing people get gradually more and more extreme.
Entertaining. Yes. Okay, that's the word. Extreme.
And I think it's kind of spurred on by one of the people that he picks up, who is a stand-up comedian. Now, over the course of the movie...
The Instagram queen. The master of the hashtag.
Apparently. So, over the course of the film, we see flashes back to her online as well. Now, this movie is constantly being done through the medium of whatever their online presence is. So you got reams of comments coming up. For Kurt, it's usually some guy you know is named Bobby who's calling him a loser and all the rest of it.
It's literally only he's a guy named Bobby, who is a guy... Bobby's a kid he used to babysit, who's now a YouTube sensation.
An influencer, whatever the fuck they're supposed to be.
They
go on and talk about bollocks is what they do.
No,
anyway.
They have loads of fans and then they go, wait, it's product. That's literally what influencers are.
They're the modern day Marie and like fucking... Oh. Back in France, the nobility did what these people do by wearing all flouncy dresses and telling other people that they should dress as flouncy as they do. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, so he's getting like fuck all comments. Meanwhile, the comedian Jesse, I'm on the wrong film. No, I'm not. Yeah, comedian Jesse Adams is far, far ahead of him in regards to follows and things like that. In fact, one of the reasons that he kind of partially obsesses over the girl, because another guy that he has in the cab when she jumps in, exclaims that she's a famous comedian, and that kind of gets Kurt's interest and all the rest of it. So we do get flashes back.
Influencers are internet prostitutes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bill.
Yeah. I like how you just knew.
Yeah. We share a lot of similar thoughts on certain subjects.
Oh God, an itchy back.
So anyway, due to his encounter with Jesse, Kurt decides he's gonna have to up his game. I mean, he needs to do something, and so things start escalating. Now,
he's also starting to get very miffed because young Bobby had promised to promote his lesson on his live stream, like do the thing where he like
hashtag me, I'll hashtag you. What? Okay.
No, I think it was like have his stream going out on his page. Anyway, Bobby was not up for it.
Yeah. This film is insane. It's
fucking
for
great.
For me, this film is a mix of awesome and cringe.
But the cringe is intentionally
I know.
there.
I know it is.
Like
I know.
this
That's
guy
the only
is
reason I'm not bitching about it.
A social media whore. It's not
and he's
even.
such a dumbass too.
Yeah.
I was actually watching the movie at one point.
It's actually remarkable. Like one of the things you'll pick up on the movie, like you're about halfway through the movie when you'll be sitting there kind of like, how has no cop picked him up yet?
I wasn't even halfway through the movie. This, you and I have often talked about when we see films and TV shows, and they're like a how-to when it comes to crime and murder.
Yeah.
This was like a how-to not do when it comes to crime and murder. Because, I mean, like, there were times when I actually, at one point, I don't remember what he did, but I remember looking at it going, I don't know if he's a genius or a total moron. And it's terrifying how often those lines are, right on the border. But yeah, his absolute lack of concern for the law. But then again, another thing this film seems to reveal is the fact that the law is completely oblivious and ignorant because of their own, like, fascination with social media as well. He's cleaning blood from his car at a petrol station with a cop standing behind him on his fucking phone.
Yeah. Having a full-blown rant about killing people on his phone.
While the cop is behind him.
While the cop is beside him. Yeah.
So there's a lot of really cool social commentary in it, especially in regards to the society that we live in now.
To be honest, even the later on incident he has with the cops, if it wasn't for his passenger losing her shit, he probably would have walked away from that too, to be blatantly honest.
No, he did walk away from it because his passenger lost her shit.
No, but I mean, even if she didn't lose her shit...
he was after getting himself in deep shit by just being a nervous fucking, like, muppet. He could have handled that easily. And because he's one of these people that, like, talks stupid shit the whole time, the cops dragged him out of his car. Because you talk stupid shit, you look suspicious as fuck. And then, people did crazy shit and all went... What?
No, you're completely right.
But yeah, this film... Once again, one of the reasons that I can accept how cringy this thing is because the whole point is to have... the whole point is to make one massive comment. One massive social comment. And that is, you know what, people? Stop living your fucking lives according to your phones and who else likes you on that. Stop trying to spend your entire days telling us what you had for fucking dinner.
Like, when your idea of a live stream to get an enhance in your followers is to just straight up go around murdering people, it's very much a... Maybe we should put the phone down for a bit, mate. Do you know...
No, the other side of it is...
Have you tried MySpace, maybe?
The other side of it is, A, it worked, and B, once again, it highlights...
Well, technically, it didn't work. It only worked by happenstance. He was murdering people.
Mm-hmm.
Up until he got to Bobby's house. To 10 people? It wasn't until he put his stream onto Bobby's stream. He took over Bobby's stream.
That's where
it started going...
Yes, but the point is, like, fuck, I can't even remember what the fuck my original fucking point was. Fuck.
Exactly.
No, the point is this. Fuck you for throwing me off my fucking point.
Do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah, the reason that I'm able to accept the cringiness is because the entire movie is basically once again shining a spotlight on the fact that society now spends its entire time with its head in a fucking screen. And what's worse is, its head in the screen just to get people you will never, ever, ever actually ever fucking meet in real life or have any kind of actual fucking relationship with or have any fucking meaningful fucking anything with to give you a little like on their screen. That's why you do it all. You show people your breakfast, you show them where you live, you show them how long it takes you to get dressed in the morning, you show them how long it takes you to get to work, you show them every aspect of your life in order for someone to make you feel that you actually fucking matter. But at the end of the day, you don't. The only thing that matters is people's entertainment. That was my original point. The fact that once he does get on his killing spree, it's amazing the comments that come on. Now, while there are a lot of them that
People are down for the killing.
There's a lot of them that think it's fake, but then there's a lot more that are like, yes, do this, more of this, entertain us. Entertain us! And once again, isn't that the depraved society that we have become?
Kill more people, my little murder monkey.
But the thing is, this is the depraved society we've always been, or have people suddenly forgot the gladiatorial games? We like death and violence and blood when it's happening to other people.
Watching people get fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's why one of the most popular videos on the internet are skateboarders just fucking breaking themselves up. Or people doing generally stupid shit that revolves around them breaking themselves up. Or, you know, there's entire montages of car crashes. Do you know what I mean? People like watching people get fucked up.
Exactly. And apparently...
It's why MMA is so popular.
It's why all combat sports are popular.
Yeah, because people go in looking one way and then they leave looking another way.
We like to see the claret flow. We like to hear bones crunch. We like to hear screams of pain.
If it wasn't such a good idea, why does it look so awesome on the ground?
Spree is, as you would put it, I suppose, the modern day American Psycho.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it actually said it on the poster.
Yeah, he'd said it to me before bringing up the poster and was just like,
there's even like the actual, that particular poster I picked because I was like, that looks exactly like the American Psycho image, the real famous Patrick Bateman one. And him just like, with all the blood in his face.
Insofar as
good.
commenting on how, you know, people in society can succumb to, I don't want to say succumb to pressures, because good gods, if I cannot kill people, go my entire life without killing people, and I'm pretty sure anyone can or should
He's
be.
barely murdered this year. Barely.
Anyway, so the point is that, like, once again, this film shows how people allow outside stresses to get the better of them, allow their egos to get the better of them, and, you know, bow down to wanting adoration and needing the love of people that they will never ever in their entire miserable existences ever actually encounter. How pathetic is that?
Unless you do meet and greets.
Something tells me he's not going to be doing meet and greets.
I'm sure I won't lie to you, he strikes me as the type of person that if he did have a following, he probably would.
Maybe I just don't get this whole celebrity tard fucking thing that's been happening recently, whereby anyone that can put themselves on the internet automatically thinks that makes them something. By the way, I'm aware of how fucking ironic it is for me to be saying it while on the internet. Bear in mind, as I've said numerous occasions, this is fucking show whereby we discuss stuff as opposed to spending our fucking days putting our lives on the internet.
I try to keep my life off the internet as much as possible, actually.
As do I. I don't want to be arrested.
Yep. This is it. I just live in a box.
Yeah, pretty much.
And our occasional wanderings through the mad world of green screen.
There have been a number of films over the years that have capitalized on this interesting society we live in. Yeah. On the fact that people are now so obsessed with getting other people to acknowledge their existence.
This is a real like meta look at life in general. Like the thumb's very much on the pulse.
Yeah, but I was going to say that
like, how people are reacting right now.
Well, I was going to say that
sucking down Tide Pods to try and get famous.
So obsessed with other people's like fucking acknowledgement that they're oblivious to the dangers they put themselves in, and they're willing to put other people in peril just to get more attention. That's even more skill.
Like, Giz and I are going to do this stream regardless of 2 viewers or 2,000 viewers or whatever, because we like doing the stream.
And the difference is we're doing an actual show. We are talking about actual subject matter that's, you know, relevant.
And if I don't have this podcast to keep me occupied, I'll go fucking crazy.
I'll just read more.
That's it. I need to be tinkering with things because that's the way I'm wired.
Anyway, I think, speaking of tinkering things, do we want to show them a trailer
Yeah,
for Spree?
we'll show you the trailer for Spree and then we'll come back and let you know what we got going on next week. I think.
Maybe.
Okay, trailer for Spree. Boing.
For all of you out there who don't know me, get ready. Because you're about to know me. Hey, I don't see any cops around. Should I blow this next one? Fucking hey! I'm Kurt.
Hey guys. What's up, guys? We're gonna inject this right on the label.
Does this water have like a taste to it?
Airtight. Well, watertight.
If you're not documenting yourself, you just don't exist.
The mouthfeel on this? Otherworldly.
What we're doing here is important. We're creating a brand.
You're following me, you guys!
Fuck yeah!
It's a fucking gun?
You don't know what this job's like. You don't know.
That fucking gun
No.
away.
Where are you going?
I'm taking you home.
This is not the way to my fucking house, Kurt.
Oh, no, not your home. My home.
We're back. Go on. Sorry, we can continue this on here. What?
There's two versions of Alien 3.
Right.
There's the original theatrical release.
Yeah, which is the one we'll be.
And then after everyone went, this is bollocks, they went, fine, here's the film that we actually made.
Yeah, okay. So, Alien 3.
Anyway, alright, fine.
Okay, so that's the trailer. You'll figure out what that's all about in about 2 seconds. So that's the trailer for Spree. I would highly recommend this.
Yeah, it's, once again, it's...
Joe Kerry is fucking awesome in it.
He is.
And there's a remarkable appearance of David Arquette, which I was like, Jesus, that fucking came out of nowhere. We're going to be reviewing that soon as well. Fucking David Arquette must die. Mostly because I like wrestling, and I also like David Arquette. I like that. Look, I was grumpy about the WCW Championship as much as anybody, but he's Dewey from Scream, and I like David Arquette.
All right,
and I did like that movie, the wrestling one.
Ready to Rumble?
Yeah. I don't know why. I liked it.
Because Rose McGowan's in it.
That's not the only... Jimmy King's a fucking god. It's fucking amazing.
There is that.
It's so good.
Want to wrestle? A great Buzz, the great Sandini.
Yeah.
Hi, want to wrestle? Tying fucking Perry Saturn in knots. Jesus fuck.
So good.
Perry Saturn's an animal, by the way. Real life.
Real life. And he loves mops.
Not real life. Anyway.
Don't hurt me, Perry.
Please.
He's laughing like I'm joking, but I'm not. I'm not, though.
He's not.
You know. Hey, look, dude. You took what was supposed to be a real stupid gimmick, and you fucking owned it.
He just accepted the fact that there was nothing he could
Dude,
do
I
about
won't lie
it.
to you. I actually really enjoyed him in Moppy.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was weird.
But it was fun.
Especially when Moppy is threatened and he went nuts over it. What the fuck? Perry.
Love of one man and his mop.
Dude, you were an eliminator. You and Crotus murdered people.
Yeah, he still murdered people. He just had a mop.
Dude, Crotus was the crazy one in the Eliminators. Perry Saturn was the grounded, quiet, I'm going to take your head off guy. Crotus was bouncing around the place like a lunatic.
Anyway, August 14th?
August 14th for Spree.
when that came out, so you should go get that. As I said, it's really like a modern day American Psycho,
and still is poignant when in regards social commentary and the societal
like
pressures.
literally, it's like replace business cards with hashtags.
Yeah, replace coke sniffing, corporate money grubbing gits with like sniffing
Tide Pod
attention whores.
eating, like sharing attention whores. Yeah. Anyway, coming up to
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to move on and get to the end of the show. So coming up for the rest of the week, or at the start of the week, we're going to have Buzz and Carter, where they're going to finally be starting their
It
2-part episode.
Yeah, basically they'll be covering the first part of the 90s
original
miniseries,
miniseries, part 1,
and
plus
then the first
new
part
remake of the
remake
movie, part 1, and then the following week we'll be doing the part 2s.
Yeah.
And on Thursday, I can't remember why the idea popped into my head when we came up with it, but it sure sounds like fun. Not because it's another bad movie night with Group Chat Thursday, where we're going to be reviewing third installments in franchises that really, really, really shouldn't have happened.
I'll be honest, one of them, I'm actually, it's physically painful to think about it right now.
Yep. So we're going to be covering Alien 3, RoboCop 3, RoboCop 3, and Scream 3.
I'll be honest, I'm
Although Scream 3 led to Scream 4, which wasn't great, but Scream 5 was okay, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm happier to watch Alien 3 and Scream 3 and RoboCop.
RoboCop 3 is garbage.
Oh my god.
Alien 3.
I admit
Alien 3 was kind of like the Blair Witch Project, where I could see the potential there, and then someone actually did edit the whole movie together properly,
Director's
and the
cut
movie was
version.
fantastic. Yeah, it's quite good. It's phenomenally long though, so I can see how they.
It's not longer than the director's cut of Aliens, which like I watch habitually.
Okay, what parts would you want to leave out, Ridley Scott?
None of it.
None of it.
It's 2.5 hours long. Yes, it deserves to be.
Do you understand? It's an alien on a small ship, and they're humans on a small ship.
Oh no, Aliens is 2.5 hours long. Whereby they're on a colony and there's fuckloads of them.
And they come out at night.
Mostly.
Yep. And then next Sunday, I don't know what we got coming up next Sunday.
No, I'll get on it and I'll figure it out soon.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Carter just asked, are we doing 3? Yep.
Don't we usually?
I don't know. I'm assuming he meant Alien 3, but yeah.
Or 3 films. One or t'other. In any case, you're correct.
I'd imagine it's 3 movies, as is customary.
At time.
Unless we're covering a series where we just break it into blocks of 3. Anyway, that's it from myself and the Giz. We'll catch you all next week, where we're going to be talking about some other sort of mad horror bollocks. And don't forget to join Buzz and Carter Tuesday, where I'm sure there's going to be some comparisons drawn.
Has Buzz seen anything yet?
Like from the It's?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are movies he has seen before the show.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Just checking.
Yeah, I know.
Valid question, I think, in this case.
It's just Giz's rule of thumb now with Carter is with Buzz, don't assume he's seen movies, even if he knows everything about them, which is a weird thing.
It's bizarre.
It is like, wasn't it that actor again? Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, perfect. Have you even seen that movie? No, not a clue. Why do you know this knowledge? Can you explain that to me? Anyway, we're going to catch you all next week. GoreCast out.
Bye.
Whoa.